Now, in one of my recent past videos, I say recent, that's why I'm laughing.
This stuff is real.
No, it's different this time.
Hey Suds, how's it hanging? Political correctness. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why I'm not invited to most adult parties, is because I'm really not good with it. Definitely the reason why I'm never invited to any teenager parties, because I'm horrible with their words. All of this started from a conversation I had a couple weeks ago at a Teamsters convention. My wife calls me a dyke in front of a group of our friends. One of them got extremely bent out of shape over it and defended me to say that my wife should not call me a dyke. We were both kind of confused. Like, we argued for the dyke word. Now that I've looked into it just a little bit, I guess I see where they're coming from, but I don't. I've personally experienced other people getting offended by the word dyke, and I really have never understood it, but they didn't give me a good perspective of why I should be afraid of the word dyke. In one of my last videos, I cover getting a little bit upset about words, and I say a tiny bit about it where I say I don't easily get offended by words, except for when I know that you're derogatorily attempting to put a word into a certain facet and make it harmful. Then I'm not a big fan. I learned from dictionary.com, because they have dyke there in my form, a contemptuous term used to refer to a lesbian. Disparaging and offensive. It says the terms dyke and bulldyke are used with disparaging intent and perceived as insulting. However, they have been adopted as positive terms of self-reliance by younger radical lesbians in the academic community. So I'm either young or radical. It says or, so you can only be one or the other. You're young or radical lesbian. Let's check out the Urban Dictionary version. It is considered rude to use the word dyke unless you self-identify as one. See, that's where the reclaiming lines kind of get blurred for me, because to me, if I'm reclaiming something and only I can use it, then it still has a negative connotation. That's like saying, calling someone a neo-Nazi if they're not a neo-Nazi, unless they're a neo-Nazi. Because then it's not an offensive term. To me, no matter what, there's nothing not offensive about being a neo-Nazi. That's still a derogatory term, even when the neo-Nazis get excited about it. It would be the same thing about the word dyke. If only I could exclusively use the word dyke and you can't use the word dyke, then it still means that loving another woman is a derogatory term, that there's a bad term for that. For lesbian versus dyke. I personally wouldn't get upset if someone like the president got up there and said, hey, that's a bunch of dykes. But some people might. That's where we should fully reclaim the word, is that no one should be offended by it. There should be no derogatory term for the love of another woman. While I was doing a little bit of research on the word dyke, we came across this Think Progress article on Facebook banning the use of the word dyke. They do have a moderation team on Facebook that is supposed to be making sure that there is no hate speech or anything like that being put out on Facebook. It's an independent company. They're allowed to just determine their own amount of censorship. Banning the word dyke because it was automatically a derogatory term. All of the articles or any of the articles that I use, just know there's going to be links in the description for them where you can find them. There's going to be lots of links for this one. Even references some women proudly calling themselves sluts and bitches to celebrate sex positivity or independence. Likewise, members of the black community have reclaimed the N-word, a slur meant to degrade and dehumanize them during slavery. I always think that the N-word is a very interesting thing because I'm constantly told that I shouldn't say it as often as I do. I'm a big fan of people being my niggas. That's offensive to some people. I've almost gotten in fights and arguments over it with actual other people who were offended by what I was saying. But those same people could turn around and call me a faggot all day and I would take no offense by it. Like, it's referenced more to be used at gay guys, but still when you're using it as a slur, it gets your point across. I know what you're saying. That's your opinion of something that's bad that's not bad to me. Like, black isn't bad to me. It's beautiful. I want to be a part of that brothership. I actually got into an argument once upon a time when I was arguing the fact that Lil Wayne gets to rhyme the word nigga with nigga all the time and make lots of money. And I actually found a song of his, third verse in his song Magic by Lil Wayne. Your mother owe me, nigga. Your brother paid me, nigga. Your sister laid me, nigga. And I made your wife crazy, my Wheezy F babies, nigga. I'm still a crazy nigga. F right, I'm wildin'. Nigga, I just made $100 effing million. Nigga, I ain't even got a rhyme. He's so right. Well, I'm with you when you're right, brother. And he made a killing. But I knew that a lot of his songs, that's how it goes. And I think that it's wonderful that he gets to do that. No slander, it's quite the opposite. Like, my point is, we need to make it so that these words aren't exclusive words. The more that you take a word out and make it a fearful thing and put a bad connotation on it, the more you're going to get a connotation on it. It's going to stay negative if you continue to defend it vehemently that it shouldn't be used, or that it's exclusive because you are one. Like, that still just puts a negative spin on it. It's the same thing with they're like, you can't take down the Southern statues because that's our history. But we got to tell Urban Outfitters not to make Holocaust-themed tapestries that looked like what gay men looked like when they were in concentration camps. I completely agree where I don't want a statue that's representative of black men being put underfoot. I'm not offended by the Holocaust garb. I'm not Jewish, but I am gay. And this is actually gay specific because that's what the triangles were. Part of the triangle conspiracy. Part of the triangle symbolism that was representative of gay people. So when I was growing up, we watched the Teletubbies, and I was told growing up that Tinky Winky was the epitome of gay because he was purple. He represented triangle on her, I don't know what they are, on the outfit. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know triangles were associated with gay people. I just thought we were rainbow friendly, like everything rainbow was us except for Jesus. I'm not making fun of the Holocaust in any way, shape, or form. 11 million people died in that Holocaust, but only 6 million of them were actually Jews. 5 million of them were other people that didn't fit into Hitler's standard of living, which included black people and gay people. When it came down to it, when people like Mike Pence become vice president,
and a marriage is recognized as between a man and a woman, and I think that's how it should remain.
I automatically lump myself in with the Muslims because us homos, we're going straight with them too. If there's concentration camps happening, we're all getting rounded up, and I'm putting myself out on social media. We'll be the first ones to go. Us little people. The big people are safe. Good for you. Way to have money. So the Think Progress article also leads us to a GLAAD Media Reference Guide page where it has the glossary of terms for the LGBTQ community. And it gives a list here. I'm not going to read through all of them. You can go through and do that yourself. Links in the description. But what it does have here that I am going to kind of talk on is the offensive versus the preferred, which it says homosexual shouldn't be used. Bam. Whoa, I'm really confused by that one. It explains why. I think that most people, like I mentioned in my last video, are on a spectrum, and they're more bisexual than they want to believe that they are. I think that most people, even men, hi guys, are more bisexual than they want to believe. It's just some of us lay farther on the scale than most of you do. That's called the Kinsey scale. If you'd like to go take a Kinsey scale test, I'll look up a decent one and put a link in the description for a Kinsey scale test so you can see where you lie on the bisexual spectrum if you're honest with yourself. I mean, I guess I would ask a straight person what their sexual preference was if I was confused. I had that happen recently. I had to ask people what someone was, because sometimes you don't know. There are feminine guys out there, and you're like, oh, you're not gay? That's cool. Because it's offensive to call someone gay when they're not. Weird. What's really funny is that people use the word gay all the time as an adjective to describe something, or when there's a disappointment in their life. Oh man, that's gay. Which is absolutely acceptable until I'm around, and then they're like, I meant stupid. I probably would have preferred if you just didn't give me a definition, because what you just said to me was that gay and stupid are synonymous words for you. But yet gay is my accepted word that I prefer to be called. But everybody and their brother uses it as a derogatory term for stupid. It would be like calling someone that's mentally handicapped retarded. What I don't understand is my point. Down here at the bottom, it has defamatory language. Fag, faggot, dyke, homo, sodomite, and similar epithets. Now, I don't agree with the first set. Well, sodomite was used as someone who pokes another guy in the butt. And it's used from back in biblicological terms. I don't think that that's a huge term. I know they use it down in the South a lot more than they do up here as fire and brimstone preaching. We don't have that a lot up here, so I guess I don't fear that word. I would laugh at someone who still used that in modern context. But homo, dyke, faggot, fag. Actually, if we go over to our fag slang, this is just Wikipedia, which isn't actually maybe an accurate source. The one that's really funny to me is there's an urban legend or an oft-printed assertion by Douglas Harper where he implies that we use the word faggot from the original meaning being a bundle of sticks. That's what we were burned at the stake with back in the day. So faggot may or may not have derived from that. I know it says here that this is unsubstantiated, but doesn't that make sense to some people? I'm not saying that it's not just a urban legend as it's stating, but it also gives absolutely no defining factor as 100% this is where this word derived from in this Wikipedia or anywhere that I could find where it was 100%. The guy that I was talking to said that he only knew the word fag as in a cigarette that you smoke because that's a British slang term and not used derogatorily on a regular basis. And people from America would hear that and be like, oh, but I don't. There's also a link for a South Park episode, which I haven't actually watched the episode, but it uses the word fag, and ironically, I love the South Park guys. I don't necessarily always agree with them. They do a fantastic job sometimes, and I think that with the fag word, I wouldn't have anybody better representing us fags out there than the South Park guys sometimes. So there'll be a link for that down in the description so you can check it out, and I'll give you a snippet of it right here.
You're fags. That's it. Let's kill them all.
No, that'll just make you bigger fag.
I just wanted to kind of touch bases with this, see what you guys think, because that's the big thing for me. Not everyone agrees with my thought process on how we should treat the words like dyke or faggot or nigga. I want to get you guys' opinion. I want to hear what you guys have to say, spread some things around, and see how everyone feels about censorship nowadays, because I feel like a lot of the conservatives would still like us to push those words under the rug so that they can have them and use them as superiority, and I don't agree. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I didn't get down to the nitty gritty on why Facebook was deleting the word dyke, but it seems like their algorithm has been fixed a little bit more and more people are investigating. They do have a team on it, and their censorship on Facebook is ridiculous. So that's why there's other platforms, but the censorship on YouTube is getting a bit ridiculous too. You see all the changes if you guys are around YouTube a lot. If not, then, well, maybe we'll find out, because who knows? This video might end up getting flagged for me being gay, because YouTube has actually blocked gay content before. Dink. Other than that, guys, I guess I'm going to close this one out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you watched here, like, subscribe, click the button below, hit the comments. If you didn't like what you saw here, subscribe. I like a good conversation. I'm not afraid to disagree with you, and I'm not afraid to say it on camera. So get at it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, and as always, stay studly.